Hello. I'm currently eating my dinner, so give me 2 seconds whilst I also sort out the lobby, and then I will be with you all. Okay, I have now got the mic on, and we are getting ready to go ahead for round 1 of Thursday tier. Hello, Jens. I am currently eating some food because I am very much hungry. Jens, keep it in. Jens is here. Why? I don't want to be on EA chat. Hold on. Let me just join a quick chat on Discord and tell no one to join it. Okay, we're getting there. I'm gonna get just next a minute. All the sister on. Cool. Who are we waiting for now? We've got 17. Hobnob's here. I'm gonna invite Lemmy. Okay, let's go. So, we have 11 viewers, not bad. Nice to have you all in today. Let's get CLR Thursday on the way then, shall we? So, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you may be in the world. Welcome to Charging League Racing. My name is GingerNut107. That's not my name. GingerNut1107, better known as Cal, and we're about to get underway for the highly anticipated start to Season 4 of Charging League Racing, which is going to take us to the historic Austrian Grand Prix. So, first hosting the Grand Prix in 1970, this circuit spans 4.318 kilometres, the shortest track on the calendar, and is renowned for its high-speed corners that reward drivers who can stay flat out. With its 36 laps on the agenda today, strategy is going to play a very key role, as a suspected one-stop is likely to dominate around here tonight. However, teams must carefully consider the pit-lane time loss, which is approximately 22 seconds, and with the chance of a safety car being high today, staying out long could earn these valuable seconds. This is a balance of speed, strategy and time management which are undoubtedly set a stage for an exciting Season 4 opener. The Austrian Grand Prix has delivered thrilling battles in the past CLR seasons, with outstanding performances of the wins of Meljujas in Season 2, Camilo in F1 24 launch season, and Hobnob on his first win on Friday tier. As the lights are eager to go out, so are our CLR fans. We are ready to see if Hobnob or Camilo can keep their performances from previous seasons, or if even George can continue his performance from last season as a now 3-time World Drivers' Champion, or can a new challenger take the top step today. Get ready to witness the best drivers and teams tackle this legendary circuit as the journey to CLR Thursday Season 4 title begins here in Quali, which isn't starting because I don't know why, but I'm assuming it will. There it goes. So, thank you, Jens. I actually made that myself, you'll be pleased to hear. You'll be very pleased to hear that my speech was actually made myself. And that is truthful, Jens. Before you start to accuse me of some horrible words, it was all me. So, I'm going to quickly look who we're missing today, because we have 90 drivers and I was expecting 20. I believe it's Domi and Ty. Jens, the weatherman, has said it's going to be a full dry session today, so our drivers will be very excited to hear that. I do not want to do Austria in the wet. Obviously, I'm not driving, but I don't fancy it, to be honest with you. It doesn't sound like a very pleasurable experience. So, our first driver out for Season 4 is Max Ben in that lovely scarlet red Ferrari. He's taken my seat. Let's ride off board. Taken my seat from last season. Obviously, I went, nah, let's give everyone else a chance. And now, Max Ben is in it. And oh my gosh, that Mercedes is very close. And, oh no, there's lag. Hold on. Who was that Mercedes, quickly? That was Humph. Okay. It looks like Max Ben might be suffering a bit of internet issues. So, Max tier 21. The man himself, the Dutchman, league owner, in an Alpine. Where did he come last season? I have the standings lovely prepared, because I'm a very prepared human, on my phone. Where did he come? He was 8th last season. My teammate, currently in 9th. Obviously no drivers set a time yet, but it's very busy out here on this track. However, we're going to stay with Max tier, as there's a very laggy car and he's going to go straight through him. Okay, car is now ahead of him. I don't think Max Ben can race just because of internet, but we're going to continue on and pretend like that didn't happen, as Max tier, as we ride on board, is going to start at the first qualifying lap of Thursday tier. So, going off board towards turn 1, flat out here, 8th gear, 190 miles per hour he reaches, as he goes right over the curb and takes it as wide as he can, and that is far too wide. The game thinks it's valid, so he's going to continue going on up this straight. Can you call this turn 2? Some people would say yes, some people would say no. We're going to call it yes today, as this is turn 3, purple sector 1 obviously, but the Ferrari behind has beaten that. As now we go to the third and final DRS straight into the heart of sector 2 now. Already 28 seconds in and we're in the heart of sector 2. It's quite a quick track. Into turn 4, braking quite hard. It's quite one of the hardest braking zones in this track. as he's going to start to be careful on the outside curb as it can easily spin you out. As now we're getting into the turns of 6 and 7. Quite a flat out corner if you're brave enough. If you're not, 7 isn't. So you can do, but we've seen drivers in the past do it. But it'd be very brave. As he's now going into the final 2 turns of turn 9 and 10. Is he going to hit the brake hard? No, he just lifts off. That's brave, and he's managed it. And into turn 10, he hits the brake, has a little bit of drifting, and he's going to come across the line for the first lap of Season 4 Thursday tier. It's going to be a 105.6, which is a quick lap. Drive behind us, Humph, and he sets a 104.5, a second quicker than our boy Max tier. So a good lap from Humph there, setting the markers. And it's Max Ben, not Max tier, Max Ben and Max tier, setting very, very close and similar lap times as MJB tops it. MJB goes a 10th ahead of Humph in the lovely Aston Martin. So, and Jens as well. Hello, Jens. Jens is performing, absolutely destroying his teammate, showing him out the park, saying this is how it's done, Max tier, setting a P2 lap time, only 1/10 behind MJB. Jens would be absolutely screaming that car like a little kid, and he's beating Humph, Nivy, Dino Stan, also putting his car up to 5th, just behind his teammate of Nivy. So there's a lot of quick drivers here. Compared to last season, a lot of drivers have improved, and there's a Weeby in chat saying, I expect Baba to go far this season. Baba's got a good fan. Where is Baba? He's in the V-carb. He's on a flyer, but he has invalidated. Weeby, I'm afraid your favourite driver has invalidated. It's Taylor, the reserve, stepping in the Red Bull today. It's just set the fastest lap, beating MJB by 2/10. So that Max tier lap, which was the first lap, is currently 1.3 seconds off the pace. So he's going to be looking for improvement further on. Next across the line is an Alpine, I believe, which I can't tell which one it is. I'm assuming it's going to be Max tier again, going for a second lap. Yes, it is. Then we have an Aston Martin of, not Paddy, it's MJB again. He's going to be going for a second lap as he's just had a lovely cooldown lap. Then we have, I believe, a V-carb, who's 20, so that's Ricardo. I think I'm going to call him Ricardo for now. If I'm getting it wrong, obviously he'll let me know. I'm very bad with names, so they'll let me know throughout the season and say, you're saying this wrong, Cal. Say it better, because my pronunciation's absolutely shocking. So, Paddy Power, 1.6 seconds off the pace in P9 at the moment. Max 8th, and then who's just set an incredible lap time? That was Camilo. He was just under a 10th away from Taylor, so it's quite close. If you watch the pre-season event, first of all, if you haven't, what were you doing? Because it was absolutely insane. The top 5, I believe, are covered by about a 10th. So I'm expecting to see similar things again today. Jens are saying, yeehaw. That was my Austin impression. Sorry for Austria. I said Austria. Jens, mate, you do crack me up, buddy. You do crack me up, mate. Right. Next across the line is a V-carb, and that is 20. Is he going to improve? Last time he invalidated, he's absolutely pushing that car to the limits. A massive tank stopper. He's going to come across the line and set a pretty good lap time of a 105. Is that a 105? It is a 105. It's the second off the pace, so he'll be looking to improve again. As Reg puts himself in P7 in that Williams. 4 tenths off the pace, as someone else is just Baba. So Weeby will be happy in chat as Baba sets his car into P4. Impressive lap there from the V-carb driver, P4. So you can see our top 8 are covered by just over 4 tenths, which is absolutely incredible. So the stop it, Jen, stop it. You're making me blush. The top 8 are covered by just over 4 tenths, which is absolutely incredible compared to last season where it's a bit more spread out. As that Williams is trundling on the side of the track, letting that what's it called, the kick pass, and that was the outlap of Raceborough. But we're going to watch Enelor, the lady from no, not for Netherlands. What's I forgot. I'm really sorry. It's no, it's not the Netherlands. Sorry, I feel really bad now. Denmark, that's the place she's from. So she is in this lovely lime and green. Norway. Oh, Norway. I'm sorry, you're from Norway. I apologise. So, Jens is the only Dane here. So she's from Norway, but that doesn't matter because right now she is on an absolute flyer in this Kick Sauber. She's also set a pretty good lap time, only being 4 tenths behind. Oh, my game has paused. 2 seconds. Why have we paused? Apologies for this. I'm gonna. There we go. Oh no, she's on in a lap, but she did set a previous lap time of a 4 tenths off the pace, which is a 104.6, which is pretty good. So she'll be happy with that, making the top 9, top 10 now, only covered by 4 tenths, which is absolutely incredible. George Gamer, the other Williams, teammate of Reg this season, has put his car in 7th, 3 tenths off pole position at the moment, and he says he's not a Quali merchant. Yeah, 3 tenths off the pace is pretty close, so I think he'll be happy with that. As there is an Alpine of a Max tier preparing to go into the pit lane, as he has bottled a lap there. Next across the line is a McLaren of your boy Hobnob. He's one of our winners from Friday tier last year, and that was at Austria. So what's he going to do? He's going to put it in 2nd, 7/100ths off the pace. Our top 3 covered by under a tenth now. Top 11 covered by 4 tenths, which is absolutely incredible to see. Lemmy, here he is. He's jumped in last minute. He's been called by Toto Wolff. Can you get in this car? I don't have my driver tonight. And he said yes, and he's nearly put it into a wall. So Toto Wolff be furious, but Lemmy invalidates, he goes again. No, he's not. He's going to have a cool down lap because it was a double invalidation lap. So he goes again, and he'll be looking for a quick lap. Same is going to be Race Rower, who's 1.2 seconds off the pace for now, but he's going to go for a cool down lap, and I think we'll see him going again. That was just a little warm up from the man from the Netherlands. He's going to show us what true pace he has in that number 9 Kick Sauber. Who haven't we looked at yet? We will have a quick look towards Humph. We saw him right at the start having a little incident with Max Ben, which I'm not sure if it's been dealt with, but I have been tagged in Discord, which I'm believing is okay because no one has tagged me again. But Humph is going for another lap here, no battery, and he's now going to go into hot lap and floor it around that bend, which is very brave of him. Into 7th and then 8th, using as much battery as he can down the first straight. Currently 3.4 seconds off the pace. I apologise. I'm going to do that again. 0.34 seconds off the pace, which is 3 tenths. Going down this main straight here on the second straight using a load of battery, and he is 1,000th up on his previous time. Very close there. In towards turn 3. He gets the power down nice and early on towards the second DRS straight. Third DRS straight, I must say, as there's a very laggy car behind him of Max Ben, which may have to be reviewed because I don't think he can race with that much lag. But anyway, we are currently watching Humph, who's gone through turn 5, charging towards turn 6. A little bit of braking here as we're going to come. Oh, a little bit of a tank slapper as well. He runs off track and he does lose about 4 tenths, so he'll probably abandon this lap, go for another one, or he might even pull into the pit lane. So who else do we have? Max tier. I didn't see it, but he has improved by 4 tenths. He's in P12, but he's only 7 tenths off the pace. There's a Merc coming through, and that is of Psycho Lemmy. And we're going. That's not of Psycho Lemmy. That is of Humph, and he's jumped in the pit lane. So the Haas boys coming round. That is Nivy. Is he going to improve? Currently 3 tenths off the pace. He's 3 tenths up, and he sets a 2 tenth improvement, which puts him into P4. Very good lap from Nivy. He'll be looking for a pole position here tonight, so he'll be looking to improve for another tenth, and he'll know he has it in it. His teammate of Dino Stan down in 13th. He's going for a second lap now. Currently 7 tenths off the pace. He has invalidated though, so he'll probably chill out this lap and go again. Who else can we have a quick look-see at? That is the Ferrari of Camilo. Currently 9/100ths on the pace, but is now 3 tenths up on his previous lap time as he comes through the final turn. A little bit wide, a little bit slow for his liking, but it will still be an improvement of 2 tenths, pushing him quite far ahead of the field now. So nearly 2 tenths ahead of the entire pack, just under though. So he'll be happy there, but he'll want to go for another lap time just to ensure he can be safe for where he is. Next across the line will be the Ferrari of Max Ben. He's currently 5 tenths up on a 1.4 second lap time off. Trying to improve here as he's lagging again, but into the final straight, he's going to put the power down and improve by 6 positions, and he's now only 8 tenths off the pace. So he'll be looking for more improvement in towards the end of qualifying, which only has 6 minutes left. We're over halfway through now, and we are getting very close towards the end of this session, and drivers will be getting a little bit tensed, a bit worried, because they know they're going to start to run out of time to set an improvement as Max tier goes onto another lap here. There is a Haas of Dino Stan who's had his cool down lap and is going again, and everyone else is slowly jumping into the pit lane. The likes of Camilo on an in lap, the Aston Martin of Paddy Power is also on a lap, currently 2 tenths down, so he won't improve from his lap, but he will probably go again. The car behind him is 20, which I am going to continue to call Ricardo, and he is currently 1.1 seconds off the pace, and he'll be looking for improvement here, as we're going to do another lap with another driver of 20. He's come through turn 1 quite smoothly there, as he's now flying down this straight here, heading towards turn 2, which is that corner there. but you can't see it, but it is there, trust me. This is turn 3, so hitting the brake pedal nicely, a little bit of a lock up, but he gets the power down very well. Gets to the final DRS straight, using the rest of his battery, but he's going to save a little bit towards sector 2 and 3, as that Aston Martin in the background is on another cooldown lap, but he gets another lock up there. So he's having a couple of lock ups 20 at the moment, but he's still setting a pretty good lap time in the 21V car. He's got Yuki Tsunoda's car, and he's going to be absolutely flying as he's 3 temps up. Purple sector 2 apparently. Actually, it's nearly 4 temps up, which is a very good improvement for him. So 20 as he's coming forwards the last 2 corners. Is he going to take this corner flat out? He'll be brave to, but he does just lift off a tiny bit, which is very good round here, as we've seen a lot of drivers doing it. Here he doesn't even brake, and he pushes it right to the limits. It's going to gain him loads of time, and he improves by just over 5 temps. So that's going to put him in P10, matching nearly his teammate, who is in P6, 2 temps ahead of him, so he'll be happy with that. Next was Racebrower, who improves. It's pretty good in lap time improvement for about 5 temps, and it's just put him behind his teammate of Enelor. Now we have an Alpine, which is, I believe, Max Tier, who is not on a lap time as he's invalidated, but he'll be looking to improve down in P14. Only 7 temps off the pace. If he improves by 5 temps, it'll put him in P3. So he'll be looking possibly to box, and he does. So he's going to strap on a nice fresh set of tyres and go again. We have the likes of Boomba, who hasn't set a lap time now, and he is currently on an outlap. So he's going to have one shot at this. Will he pull out an absolute masterclass of the MasterCard McLaren, or is he going to show us what the V-Carbs would normally do and be a bit of a broken credit card? We will see. It's not actually a MasterCard McLaren, it's a Chrome McLaren, as he is going down the 3rd straight in neutral, which is brave, but he's trying to heat up that engine, get some warmth through his tyres, so he has the maximum amount of grip for his one and only MasterCard lap, is what I'm going to call it, because it's pretty funny. So we are heading now into the last few laps. You'll see on your left side of the screen that everyone, apart from a few drivers, are in the pit lane. They're emptying the fuel out into just a few little millilitres of fuel, and it will be very light car, very fresh tyres, and a very quick driver driving their car as quick as they can, as Boomba is getting ready to set his first and only lap time of this session. We're not going to watch it though, because we're going to jump to Psycho Lemmy, who's also not set his purple lap time that he'll be looking for, but he's down in P18, 1.3 seconds off the pace, looking for improvement in towards turn 9. Now we're heading towards turn 10, nearly flat out. A little bit of brake from Lemmy as he has a bit of a tank slapper, keeps it within track limits. It won't be a big improvement by the looks of it, as he matches his old lap time, 1.3 seconds off the pace. So we're starting to see some drivers now on the left side of your screen begin their outlaps. There'll be a lot more coming out in a few seconds time. So who do we think is going to end up on pole? If I put a prediction out there, I'm going to go for the likes of who I'm going to go for. I'm going to say Nivi. I'm going to back Nivi to get pole today. We will see, as I think there's probably about 10 or 11 drivers that are in it right now, so it's a very hard decision to make. But Lemmy, if you might have seen in the background, did set a purple sector 1 and is 3 temps up on his old lap time. Through sector 2, there's a Ferrari right in front of him that jumps right out of the way, but he also moves in front of Lemmy. So Lemmy's only lap time there has been properly ruined there. I don't know who that was by. It was both Ferraris jumped in front of him, but it was the first one that caused the most problem, as one of them has ended up in the pit lane. So maybe it wasn't a Ferrari, maybe it was just one Ferrari. But Lemmy is drifting into the pit lane there. I don't know if he meant to do that, as he's touched the grass and just kind of ended in it. It looks like he's having a couple of issues, as yeah, his one and only lap time was ruined by that Ferrari ahead. Everyone now though, apart from 2 drivers, are out on an outlap, whether it's flying or outlap. This is Taylor improving, 800ths off at the moment. That's all he needs in sector 1, because he can find some more time in the future, as he's setting his one and only lap time, as he's going to try and beat Hobnob, as Boomba has been disqualified from the session. Not sure why. I'm assuming it was going too slowly. No, going the wrong way. So Boomba isn't going to set a lap time, and that is qualifying over. He's in last now. That will be Boomba starting there in the grid, as his teammate is up in P3, looking for a pole position here today. Next across the line is the Haas of Nivi starting his lap. We then have MJB, who's also starting his lap. Then we have Hobnob, and then it will be a Williams of Reg, I believe. Yep. We've then got multiple cars coming across the line, likes of Jens. We've got Max Tier, we've got a Kick of Enelor, and we have the Red Bull of Taylor coming across the line, as Taylor's lap time was invalidated and it would have been a good lap time. So that is Taylor's session over and out. So he is getting a P2 position max, or should I say max tier. Dino improving his lap time, setting in 8 tenths off the pace, so that's about 1.104.8. He's down in P15. Even though he's down in P15, he's not actually that far off the pace, so he'll be looking for a good race, I believe. George Gamer setting his lap time into P7. That is his qualifying over, improving by 1/10. Next across the line was Enelor, who's going on, doesn't improve on a lap time. So Enelor is going to stay P12, and that is our qualifying over and done with, unless she can get another lap time in. But she does have time to. Next, we have 20 and Bubba, who have just finished their qualifying session, so the V-Cubs respectively, P9 and 8. Nivi improving, but it's only up to P3, so that is Nivi's qualifying over. Then we have MJB, does improve, but he doesn't improve any position, so he's up into P5. Reggie improving, knocks down MJB there, so Reg going to be happy with that qualifying. Beating the world champion of his teammate currently. Race Brower also improving, putting that car up to P4. Hobnob improves up to P2. Camilo still holds pole position at the moment, as Bubba, no, it's not Bubba, what's his name, Humph, improves up to P8. Then we have the Haas of Dino Stand who boxes. Next we have the Camilo of the Ferrari coming across the final turn. He's going to run wide, and that will be an invalidated lap time. Then we have Paddy Power setting his one and only lap time, as he hasn't set a good competitive lap time yet. But this lap time will be competitive. Let's see how he does. He comes towards the line. He does improve. Or he doesn't improve, so he'll be annoyed with that as the Alpine comes across the line. That was Jens. No, it wasn't. That wasn't even an Alpine. I don't know who that was, I'm afraid. We're going to move on, as the last person to set a lap time is a Max Ben, but he has invalidated his lap. So that is your grid for round 1, season 4 of Thursday tier today. So pole position is Camilo in that scarlet red Ferrari. Continuing what me and Max tier did last season, Ferrari are back on top. Your boy Hobnob, the 2 winners from previous season, are currently P1 and 2. So as I said at the start, we might see these 2 performing, and yes we are. Then you have Taylor in P3 in the Red Bull. He's a reserve. He'll be looking for a full-time seat soon. And Race Brower. He didn't like his car to start off with, but here he is now, absolutely loving that kick Sauber, up in P4. To round off your top 5, you have Nivi in the Haas. I predicted him to get pole, but you never know. He still could win the race. Anything can happen. That was a very tight grid of the top 5 covered by 2 tenths, and the entire grid was covered by 1.3 seconds, which is absolutely incredible. Just over 5 tenths was down to P13. So our drivers today, very, very close. I'm going to put a prediction in chat. Who will win this race? So I want everyone to react to this poll that I'm about to put in the chat. Who will win this race? We're going to have, we'll say Camilo. We're going to put Hobnob. We're going to put Taylor. We're going to put Nivi, and we're going to put Other. We're going to give you 2 minutes to react to that poll. Yep, 2 minutes. So if you look in the Twitch chat, there is a poll, prediction started at the top. If you want to, react to that, and we will see what the viewers believe is going to, who's going to win the on the other grid today. We'll see. We will see the verdict in 2 minutes. So you have 2 minutes to react to that poll, and we'll see who you believe is going to win today's session. As I quickly drink a big glass of water. So yeah, Max Ben has been told to not race because he has issues with internet. Okay, so no one tracked to the pool yet. I'm assuming a lot of the viewers today are just drivers, but we're about to get underway. Oh, there is a couple of viewers, and it is Camilo. Just to add, if you do react to this poll, you will get channel points as well, which you can use in the chat. So if you do react, or if you are in chat, make sure you react, because you'll get some nice points to use in the chat and get some lovely emotes of the sloth and of the Great Dane. But currently, this is your grid. We are being led off by Camilo under this formation app. We are going to be getting ready for the 5 red lights, which will be in about a minute's time. So if you're in chat, make sure you're reacting to this poll in getting ready for a 36 lap, I was going to say sprint, but it's not really. It's going to be carnage, I think. There's a lot of drivers and quite a tight track, and it's quite a quick track as well. But our drivers are clean, and they will show us how to drive in a lovely way, I hope. We'll see. But we're going to have a quick double check in Twitch chat as we say Kuriyama saying good luck. He's excited for tomorrow's race. Obviously, he'll be racing in Friday tier. He's just a viewer of a Thursday tier, so he'll be cheering on. I'm not sure who will be cheering on Kuriyama. If you're still in chat, who will you be cheering on? And Weeby, as we know, is a big Bubba fan. And if he says if Bubba gets a podium, he'll be going nuts. And Bubba is down in P9, so there's always the chance for it. We're going to quickly put the tyres on the left side of the screen. Everyone's on mediums. So there's no confusion. No one's gone different. It is going to be everyone on mediums. Will it be medium hards? I did say at the start it'll be a one stop, but we will see. Kuba, easy win by 20 seconds tomorrow. I think that is Kuba in chat saying he's going to get a big lead tomorrow, but we will see. Let's see if you're confident. I'll be there, so I'll show you up, I think. As, here we go. We are getting ready for our 5 red lights as across the line, coming into his grid position is Boomba. He'll be the final one. Actually, no, Lemmy will because he's behind. So as Lemmy comes into the grid, he is going to be the last one. And now we are going to go to 5 big red lights for the first time. No, we're not. Okay, we're not going to 5 big red lights. Now we are. So we're going to go to 5 big red lights that will ignite to the silence for the first time of Thursday tier. 3, 4, 5. Now it is pure adrenaline as our drivers fly towards turn 1. We're going to ride on board of Hobnob. Actually, we're not, because Hobnob's already gone past Camilo off of the line. Side by side into turn 1. Bit of carnage at the back as we can see a spin. But Hobnob has got the lead off of Camilo as we're going to ride on board of Camilo as he's flying down towards turn 3 currently. He's going to look towards the inside. Is he going to be brave enough as Hobnob has pulled a little bit of a lead towards Camilo? So Camilo does have to back out of it as there's a lot of drivers making moves towards the back of the middle of the grid. There's Mercedes of Humph making a lot of moves there as he dived up the inside of turn 3. Bubba making a lot of positions up. And Lemmy going up from P18 all the way up to P10. Race Bro, if you saw on the side of your screen, he did have a spin and he's down to P19 at the moment. The Dyno Stand also making a move up. There's a lot of moves on the front as Camilo has dropped from P1 to P3 as Nivy is taking the lead. Hobnob with already getting a 1.1 second lead, so is Nivy going to be able to close that up? We will see, as it's kind of slowing down a little bit here, but Lemmy's gone for another move on Reg, as we're going to watch off board on Reg, or now back on board, as we're going to look towards turn 9, doesn't go for a move, but Lemmy with an outstanding start there, starting from P18 all the way up to P9, very, very quick Lemmy is. Will he be going for a win? Possibly, possibly. But down the back of grid, Race Brower, he started P4, now down in P18. I think he had a little incident, a little nickel with someone, and that has chucked him down to the back. Although he'll be furious, he'll be looking for positions, and he'll be looking for some places and some points in today's race. As Paddy Power and Boomba at the back of the grid go for a move, but Boomba makes a mistake and almost takes out Enelor. She won't be happy with that, as Boomba does dive down the inside, as he looks like he stalled it. There we go, going again, but Enelor nearly gets taken out. Very, very well raced by Enelor, seeing that in our rear view mirrors and avoiding the incident. As we're riding on board of Dino Stand, Max Tier getting past Ricciardo in the V-Carb. As they are going side by side, Dino Stand just watching it, saying if these two crash, I get a lovely 2-3 positions. As a little bit of contact, Dino looks towards the inside here, in towards turn 8. Is he going to make the move stick? He's trying to do it, but he doesn't make it as he gets a little bit of a hit and a little bit of tank step up. But Paddy Power doesn't think to go for a move then, decides to stay behind. Race Brower though, right up behind these drivers now, as the two kick Albers down as P16 and 17 respectively. They'll be looking to make some moves up towards the front of the pack. Nivy, we did see getting past Camilo on lap 1. He's now here, lap 3, right behind the leader of your boy Hobnob. Will he go for a move on this second DRS straight? He looks to the inside. Is he going to make it as a fake? He does, as he now sticks behind onto the third DRS straight. It's a bit of an easier move to make here, as Lemmy's now up to P7, the absolute flying Dutchman, as we're going to keep on board of Nivy, as he gets past Hobnob, and he makes it look easy as Hobnob jumps to the side of the track. So good racing as Nivy now takes the lead. I predicted him to win this race, and he is proving my point very well, as there's a spin further down, it looks like. Bubba having an instant, dropping from all the way up from P7 down to P11, and Dino Stand 20 also battling. So there's a lot of battles happening here today, as we currently have a train on the back of Lemmy, who just has got up to P6. So the Lemmy boy is absolutely flying, getting all the way from pretty much the back of the grid up to P6 already, getting past the 3-time world champion of George Gamer. So, I get a quick little breather as there's a person in the pit lane. No, it's not. It's just Camille jumping out of the way. I don't know what that was all about. But MJB's going to look around the outside in towards turn 1. Is he going to make it stick? He almost does, but he gets a bit of a push by Camille. But he'll be looking to go for a move down this straight as well. We're going to look towards the mid-pack now, where this Lemmy train is. They all seem to be stuck in a bit of DRS. No one looking for a move at the moment. A bit further back, we have 20 Dino and Race Brower. Any of them going to be looking for a move? Doesn't look like it so far. As a Max Tier's down to P17, so he's been caught up in an instant as well by the looks of it, down all falling positions. He was quite far up. As we are now on board with Enelor, looking towards the inside and towards turn 4, of Paddy Power, who locks up quite deep. And now Enelor has an easier run towards turn 5 and 6. She's flying in. This is turn 6 here. Paddy makes an lock up and goes a little bit wide. And so we're now heading towards turn 7 and 8. As Paddy is all over the place in front of her. As Max Tier is right behind Enelor. So Enelor's going to be wanting to make a move as soon as she physically can. But for now, we're going to go back towards this mid-pack of Umph, who gets his first 3-second penalty and the first 3-second penalty of Thursday tier. As he improves his lap time by 6 tenths. He's going to be getting this DRS advantage. As looking more ahead, MJB is getting held up a little bit by Camilo, and he's going to look for a move in towards turn 3 here. Goes to the inside. He has the position at the moment. Is he going to make it stick? As he does, he gives Camilo a little bit of his taste of his own medicine and pushes him a little bit wide. As Camilo looks to be struggling a little bit here. George Gamer getting back past Lemmy. George doesn't have DRS anymore though, as Lemmy does. Is Lemmy going to make a move? It doesn't look like it as he sticks behind him for now. Moving back again, we can see 20 looking at the move for Race Brower. Is he going to make it stick? No, as he stays behind and thinks better of it. Who else is looking for a battle? There's loads. Our field is still very close. Max Ben near the back. I will just mention, I did see Boomba retiring in the pit lane, so he's pulled his race in early, and that is him over for round 1. So Camilo is now going to start to fall into the clutches of George Gamer as well. So Camilo, as the race has gone from good to bad, and even now bad to worse. So Camilo, will he be caught up by George? It looks like it, as he's already gained 2 to 3 tenths within that one sector alone. Could it be down to damage? We will see. But here is Taylor and MJB. MJB cutting through the field. 3 places gained. He's now looking for a move on Taylor around the outside. Is he going to make it stick? This is a favourite move in towards turn 2, now turn 3, and he's made it before turn 3 even occurs. And Paddy Power a 3-second time penalty, and that has put MJB up to P3. So our top 4 covered by only about 1.5 seconds. But they will be battling to the end, I'd call that. I think that will be a battle towards the end as George Gamer and Lemmy are still going hammer and tong, as Camilo has now fallen into the clutches of these 2 drivers. Who's this? This is Reg in the Williams, watching his teammate having a pretty hard battle ahead of him. So he'll be looking to get some positions. Would he be looking to beat his teammate? Not just yet, I don't think. He's got a very, very highly rated teammate, and he doesn't want to upset him. This is the boy that we've all been wanting to see, the Great Dane of Jens Jordan Hall. He is in this train. He's the man who's known for his bad luck in CLR racing and just sim racing in general. But he's going through this final turn on the back of Reg. Will he look for a move here currently? Doesn't look like it. He's sitting there, saving a bit of battery, just chilling. He doesn't need to make a move at the moment. As Igor, that is Boomer in chat. What happened to you, Igor? I didn't actually see it. I saw you DNF though. But we're going to continue watching on with Jens. Unfortunately, I had a problem with my gearbox. That's a shame, mate. That is a shame. I apologise for your problem. On lap 1, round 1 of season 4, you have a problem. But there we go. That is the McLaren for you, I suppose. But that is Jens we were just talking about there. In the lovely Alpine, his teammate all the way down in last. Has his teammate had a pit stop already? He has. So, he's the first driver we have seen box onto the hard compound tyres. Will he be looking towards the end of the race? Maybe. It'll be difficult for him, but it could be possible, as Lemmy has made up 13 positions within 7 laps. That is absolutely incredible, as Camilo is looking on the inside there, but he does think better of it in towards turn 9. I'll quickly stop for a drink, as Hobnob has got on the lead again off of Nivi, but Onto the second DRS straight. Nivi will have the DRS and the better exit, as Hobnob had a little bit of a tank slapper. Will Nivi go for a move? It looks like it. MJB also looking for a move, as they're going 3 wide here. Hobnob thinks, like, I don't want to be involved in this, and backs out a little bit. If you ride on board, Nivi has got the lead. MJB sticking on the inside of Hobnob, as he has a bit of a late shift there. Very late shift, but he's still got a bit more traction than Hobnob off the turn 3 here. In towards turn 4, who's going to brake later? They brake about the same amount, so it's going to be who's going to get the better traction out of turn 4, and it looks to be MJB on the inside, so Hobnob going from P1 to P3 in the space of about 4 corners. Taylor still sitting on the back of these 3, just going, oh, I'm happy to sit here. I'll save my battery, I'll save my tyres, save a little bit of fuel, and just watch this race unfold ahead of him. As Humph is looking for a move on our Great Dane, as it looks like Jens is having a bit of a struggle on these tyres now. Whether it's tyre wear, maybe it could be damage, but at the moment he's lost a second to the drivers ahead, so Humph will be wanting to get rid of Jens, and he might get it done before the end of lap 9 here. As he comes out towards turn 10, does he get a better exit? He doesn't, but we will see this DRS advantage, as Jens doesn't have the DRS, so has a little bit of contact there as Jens is braking very early. But we're going to ride on board here. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to ride off board with Humph and Jens, as Humph looks towards the inside of turn 2 we're in currently. In towards turn 3, the position has been taken by Humph. Will he have DRS again? I don't think so. I think that will be given to Jens, and it will be given to Jens, as we're going on to third DRS straight. But Humph has used a lot of battery. He's dumped that battery, and he has already nearly closed up on towards the train ahead of him again. Will Jens be able to keep up with it? We will see, as Racebrower wheel to wheel banging with Bubba, and a little mistake by Racebrower allows the oh, he makes a big mistake there as he loses the rear end. Dino Stand and 20 getting past, and he hits the wall there as well. That is Racebrower, and Racebrower's day has gone from bad to worse as well, as he's going to rejoin the track very safely. But his rear tyres are not happy to be on this car at the moment, as they kick out multiple times in the space of 10 metres. So Racebrower is struggling with these tyres. Will he get rid of them early? We will see in a minute, as MJB has now got the lead off of Nivi. I am missing so much action, which I apologise for, but there is just so much going on. But Igor's still in chat as Nivi is looking towards the inside of turn 3. He brakes later. You hear a little bit of a lock-up, as he did have to brake quite hard to avoid hitting the back of MJB. But onto this final DRS straight of a lap 10, is he going to look towards the inside towards turn 4? He does. MJB quite slow. He's clearly not using that much battery, and just lets Nivi pass. Thinks better of it. Knows he can get past, but MJB gets a better exit. He gets a better launch. Nivi's ahead, but MJB is right behind, looking for a move. Angry he's lost this position. He's pushing Nivi through this section of turn 6 and 7 here. Right behind into turn 7. He'll be looking to get a move probably on towards the DRS straight now. This train that now Lemmy is leading has got George Camilo, who just fell off of the front pack into this train, is beginning to find pace again. He stopped falling behind. He'll begin to start to catch up again, as we are going to look towards the back of this train, and it is Humph who has just ran wide there, but he has caught back up as Jens lost that time towards that middle pack train. We then have the 2 V-car boys. They are, you might, if you remember, if you're an all-time CLR member, I used to drive one of these. Lovely car to drive. It is very quick and it is very enjoyable to drive, as we're going to see maybe an inter-team battle on round 1, as Ricciardo is going to be looking towards the inside possibly. Now he's been blocked by his teammate as Ricciardo gets the outside in towards turn 3. Lovely move there by Ricciardo, and Bubba just sits behind him. They're not going to fight too hard because they are teammates at the end of the day. And Dino Stand will be licking his lips in a minute. But interestingly, Nivi has been done by MJB, and he also has got a 3-second time penalty. That would be crucial towards the end of this race. If no one else has a 3-second time penalty and it ends like this, Nivi will be chucked off the podium. That is how harsh this sport is. It can be as hard as that. So Nivi's going to be praying for other people to get warnings, or he might just go, I've got this pace hidden away, and launch away from this pack and try and counteract this penalty he's got. But for now, he's going in towards turn 1, and he'll be looking probably to get past MJB onto the third DRS straight as we head onto the second one. He will probably stay behind here as he's getting ready for this final straight, as he drops down to 6th gear. There's a yellow flag behind us, and that is of Camilo and Reg. We do miss that as we're watching Nivi up ahead, but it looks like these two have come together. The Williams and Ferrari have come together, and the V-Cubs respectively still battling but working together to close up, as they now have Reg in front of them as they're battling quite hard. The boss of a V-Carb will not be happy to see this, but they're making up positions again, they're getting quicker, and they are helping each other as they go very deep there. But we're going to look back to this Nivi battle as he doesn't get past MJB. He is just kind of chilling behind him, which is a strategy around Austria. You will see a lot of our drivers just sitting behind other drivers with DRS, as it is sort of a strategy just to save your battery and just sit behind another driver. There's no point battling too hard, but Hobnob's gone stuff that. I'm going to want to battle this as we see pit stops of Taylor and MJB, and Hobnob is looking for a move on Nivi, but he doesn't go for it as Nivi has DRS in that Toyota Haas ahead of you. But George has been promoted up to P3 as we are definitely seeing pit stops now. Braun Reg has got a 3-second time penalty now. That will be for speeding in the pit lane. As our first pit stops, we're going to continue on this. Is MJB, Taylor, Reg, Kamilu. They both had wing damage, Reg and Kamilu respectively. We have Enelor who pit the lap before, who probably get a position on towards Kamilu and Reg ahead of them. And will we see Max Tier also get in the position? I think he had to pit for a front wing change. I think that is what happened to Max Tier, because I don't think he just suddenly lost that much pace. But he will come out just next to Kamilu. Is it going to be side by side? He actually comes out quite far ahead. But we're going to move up to here as we see Jens making a move on the inside of Psycho Lemmy. It's very tight in towards turn 6. Very brave move in towards turn 7, even tighter. Jens does back out. As we jump onto that right at the good time, we're going to now jump back to whoever that was going wide, and that was Reg. He's beginning to struggle. Got a 10-second time penalty there, and that might be going slightly towards his head. As we can now see Nivi and Hobnob still going out, staying out long, and we have George, Lemmy, Hump staying out, and Jens also coming in, but there's a safety car. That safety car is for Reg. I don't know what's happened to him. That looks like in turn 4. So the likes of Nivi and Hobnob, also Hump, Bubba as well, and 20. These top 5 drivers. Oh, we also have Dino Stan who hasn't pit, so we're going to put into pit stops. The drivers that haven't got one stop next to the name haven't pit, and they're going to get a huge advantage under this safety car, as there is now a Delta. That looks, yeah, to me that looked like Rage who had lost a bit of pace there as I accidentally paused the game. So it looks like he's gone straight on in turn 4, and that has brought out the yellow flags and that safety car. We will watch on the board with Nivi and Hobnob here. We want to see, will they come out ahead of MJB? Will they not? As 20 gets a 10-second time penalty for hitting his own teammate under the safety car. So the V-Carbs getting so hard in the racing with each other that they actually get a penalty with each other. We are going to quickly have a look at why is there a subscription. We are not going to gift a subscription. Please go away. So will we see Hobnob and Nivi getting this advantage here under the safety car? As here he comes, Hobnob into the pit lane. McLaren boys doing their work. Quick pit stop, and he is out. No, he's not. Now he is. Now he's out. MJB, here is the man in the Aston Martin. Will he be able to get out ahead? He might pit a lap earlier, but that delta time will constrict him, as he is going to be trying to get as quick as he can here. And here he goes. He's going to launch. Is he going to be able to come out ahead? No, it doesn't look like it. He will have lost that position, as with ease, Nivi and Hobnob have been able to come out ahead of the drivers ahead. Come out ahead of MJB there. Dino Stan and the V-Carbs also both pitting. We will see 20 serving his 10-second time penalty. At least it wasn't a 20-second time penalty like his name, as he gets going again onto the hard compound of tyres. Max Tier though, who pit very early on, hasn't pit again, so he's definitely going to the end, I would say. But because he's going to the end, everyone else that have just pit will have fresh tyres, unlike his, which are about 14-13 lap old compound of tyres. So we quickly have a look, actually. His hard, oh no, they're 9 lap old. So he actually only went onto these tyres, if I do some quick math, 6 laps ago, which is surprising, because I saw it, I felt a long time ago, but we'll see. As yeah, Max Tier, 9 lap old tyres, Eleanor 4 lap old, and Kamilu, MJB, Taylor, that is it, have 2 lap old tyres. Everyone else nice and fresh, apart from Paddy Power, Psycho Lemmy, George, and Jen, who are 1 lap old. But between 1 lap, 2 laps, 3 laps, there's not much tyre wear difference. As that looks like the Williams did a Perez and Austria 2016 went straight into turn 4. I do think that's what I saw. I did see him ploughing into it in the mini-map, in the bottom right. But currently, as it stands, we have Hobnob, Nivi, MJB and Taylor as your top 4. Then the 2 Mercedes respectively of Humph and Psycho Lemmy, George Gamer, Jens, Bubba, Dino Stan, Analaw, Max Tier, Racebar, Camilo, Paddy Power Bingo, sorry, 20, and then Max Ben, who's right at the back, currently pushing his car as hard as he can to close back up to the safety car train, as it may be coming in this lap, or it might stay out just a little bit longer, just to try and keep the Ferrari at the back to close up a bit, as he's very slowly closing up, as he's only 41 seconds still behind, now 42. So will it wait for him? I'm not sure. We will see as we get in towards Sector 3. But so far, Psycho Lemmy, Paddy Power's got a 10-second time penalty for collision. A lot of drivers getting collision penalties at the moment. They need to be a little bit more careful because 10 seconds is a beefy penalty. But as I was saying, Psycho Lemmy, 12 positions gained. It was up to 13, 14 positions. Obviously, the safety car has taken a couple of positions away from him. But Psycho Lemmy, as I say, 12 positions up. Very, very impressive. Very, very quick driver, Psycho Lemmy. He'll be looking for more. He'll be looking for that blood-hungry man he is, looking for more positions. Will he get it? I think so. I think he'll be able to push, but he has got his teammate ahead of him, as you can see on track, right to there. So he's got to be careful, and obviously they've both got to be careful. What would happen if Humph holds up his teammate of Psycho Lemmy? Obviously, Humph is a full-time Mercedes, and Lemmy is a reserve. So, really, Humph is in charge. But will be Psycho Lemmy be the quicker driver? We will have to find out as we go for another lap. We head towards lap 17, which I believe will be our final lap of the safety car, and then we will get underway for another, what is it, 18 laps-ish? 18 laps? We will see. I'm going to quickly roll a 16-second ad, as we are going to go for another 1 minute lap time. So, we now have an ad running, but I'll continue to waffle over it because some of you won't have that 60-second ad. So, currently, we will have a look towards our penalties. So, currently is Nivi, Humph, Dino Stan, Analaw, and 20 with a 3-second time penalty. Barbara has a 6-second time penalty. Paddy Power has a 3-second and a 10-second penalty. So, will these penalties impact the race towards the end? Possibly, but they've got to try and race as hard as they physically can to keep this position. And that's what they want. They want the points. It's the first race. A safety car is going to be coming in this lap. It is now down to Hobnob to control this pack as he is going nice and slowly. Everyone is just patiently waiting behind him, but they'll be wanting this position now. They'll be wanting to go for this P1, and everyone will want it. Everyone will be wanting to start their season off well, as Nivi is currently holding the fastest lap. We will see that change as we have fresher tyres at the moment. But Paddy Power is rejoined. It looks like he's lagged out with internet issues. I believe he's back. Looks like it. So, we're going to get going again as we're going to watch as them come over the crest of before turn 9. And Hobnob is gone. Nivi's gone as well, and everyone is getting ready to go for this lap 18 restart. We have got another 18 laps to go of this Austrian Grand Prix as we are halfway through now. And we will see position changes all across the grid. No, we won't, as they all take it quite slowly here. One of the Mercedes of Humph looking towards Taylor, but he doesn't go for it at the end. Everyone taking it quite calmly on this safety car restart, apart from Paddy Power, who gets done by 20. So 20 in the V-carb, looking quite power hungry and fast. So towards the front of the grids, we see Humph and Lemmy battling, as I predicted under the safety car, which is in. I know it says on the top it's not. It is in, I promise you. I'm going to try and clear. It's not going to clear. But they are battling. Up ahead of them too, we have Taylor, MJB and Nivi, but Hobnob is beginning to pull a little bit of a lead now. We're going to jump into this very, very close mid-pack. Drops all the way back down to P8, but Babbitt will probably be trying to close it back up as he's just dropped out of a second behind them. But will we seeing the Great Dane of Jordan Hall trying to improve his position of P8? He's gone from P12 all the way up to P8. Will this improve? We will see, as Camilo is down on P14. The pole sitter having a bit of an incident, and that will be his race, trying to make it better from where it was before. It's Hobnob at the front of the field, has already gained a 1 second lead on our man at Nivi. So Nivi's got a lot of work to do, as MJB doesn't want Nivi to do the work, he wants to do the work. If he makes a move in towards turn 3, will Nivi fight it hard? It doesn't look like it. But there's a big dive bomb from Psycho Lemmy, and that wasn't the best place to go for a dive bomb into towards turn 3, and it has lost him actually position. So George is now passed. George will now be looking for a move on his teammate of Humph, getting past 2 Mercedes within 2 corners. Will he do it? As he goes to the outside, and it doesn't look like it. So George looking for that move, but ends up thinking better of it. So Lemmy there, I'm assuming he got wing damage from that as well. It was a very brave move. Doesn't look like it. Someone received wing damage. Will we see anyone boxing? We will see. But MJB has got past Nivi, but we did jump back to Lemmy. But yeah, MJB will be now hunting down the man himself of Hobnob. But Race Brower has just got past Dino Stand, so that those 2 Kick Salbers jumping back up the field. They were right at the back at the end. They're now in P10 and 11. So who else have we got? We have got Psycho Lemmy, who is now recovering from his incident. But the Great Dane is right behind him, and Bubba is right behind Jens. Up at the front, Nivi going back for a move. Very close contact, and MJB does have a little bit of a spin there. So Nivi touching the back of the Aston Martin, almost spinning him. Hobnob sitting in his rear view mirror going, where have they gone? This is me sorted here. And Nivi does go towards the inside, makes a move, but MJB thinks better of it. And he does get back past Nivi there. So Nivi, but he does keep his nose back in, is back behind in towards P3 on the podium still, but the MJB conceals that position of P2. 16 laps to go. We have got a fight on our hands. P1 has nearly been settled, I'd say, so these drivers need to be quick, as Taylor also receives a 3 single time penalty, and Humph is now looking in front of him going, because we're now equal on penalties, I want this position. As will we see him going for a move? I think we will. As Jens looks for a move towards Lemmy, but he doesn't make it and ends up getting done by Bubba instead. George, is he going to look for a whole move on Humph? Oh, he doesn't yet, but Humph goes wide in turn 1, comes back on. That'll probably be a warning from the Mercedes driver. Will George going to get past? Doesn't look like it, but Nivi and MJB switching once again. These drivers have been switching ever since the safety car restart, and they are still switching now, and they're beginning to close back up on the McLaren of Hobnob. So will we see a fight for P1 happening again? I thought it would have been settled by Hobnob there, but it does look like Nivi is back in the fight, as they are very much bringing the dent into this P1 position. As Camilo gets past Dino Stand as well in that Scarlet Red Ferrari, trying to get some more points for Ferrari that he knows he can get, but he did have a bit of a shaky start to this season. Bubba again on the back of this train. The end of this train is a Jens, but he's beginning to fall off now. The first driver to fall out of a second of this train here, and he'll start to fall into the clutches of a Race Brower, our Dutchman in the Kick Sauber, flying through the final turn, going on towards lap 21 for the man himself. He will be, lap 22. That is lap 22 for him, yeah. So he'll be going on to lap 22, and he'll be looking to close out on Jens. But Jens said, no, thank you very much. I want DRS still on Bubba, and has got it for himself. As George Gamer is going to the outside into turn 3 on Humph, and he has done that very nicely and very well done from George. As George is now up into P5, so the 3-time World Drivers Champion is now in P5 as Camilo gets Enelor near the back of the grid. So George, just a second off of the top 4 now. Will George be looking for a podium, as he was previously in the P10, so the Quali merchant of not George is now up to P5. Definitely a race merchant, George is, and he is obviously one of my commentating buddies. He's been a little bit longer than me, so he knows a little bit more than I do, but he is still a Thursday tier driver, and he'll be trying to defend his 3 consecutive World Drivers Champions, as we're going to jump all the way towards the back of Paddy Power and Max Tier, going side by side through turn 8 in towards turn 9. They'll continue going side by side. Oh no, they don't, as Paddy Power does back out. Max Tier down in P15, and his teammate of Jens up in P9, and he has closed back up to this train. George Gamer, it will also be on to close back up on the train ahead of him, as behind him is the very quick Mercedes of Humph, and here he goes in towards turn 3. He's already passed, and Lemmy's also going for a move. Very brave there in towards turn 3. Ends up hitting his teammate for the second time within 5 laps. He's going to get past both of them. Humph pushing him though. George, we're going to ride on board with and just watch these 2 Mercedes into team battle fighting, as these 2 are very, very heated at each other at the moment. As they make more contact, George Gamer needs to be careful here. He doesn't get caught up in this inter-team rivalry and stays quite carefully behind, as now Hobnob is beginning to fall into the clutches of MJB and Nivi. Taylor, as he's been doing all race, is just sitting behind. I'm watching it like a movie screen. Igor in chat is saying what happened to Reggie. It looks like he's had an incident and I'm assuming his brakes failed, as he's done as Cooper said in chat, has gone straight on in the Williams as Perez did in 2016. At the back of the grid, Ricciardo and Dinostan going side by side in towards turn 10, but in towards the first straight, a little bit of tyre banging as Ricciardo jumps behind the Haas driver of Dinostan, and that looks like that battle over, but that we will see it continue on towards lap 24. Maybe we will, as he's going to burn his battery on towards the outside Dinostan into this little nink of turn 2, and he has passed. Very well raced there by Ricciardo. Dinostan sitting behind. But I think Dinostan will be going, I want this position, and he's going to go for it again on towards his third DRS straight, as we're going to see more swapping as the front three have closed back up to each other. But we're watching these two. Will he look towards the inside, Dinostan? He does. Oh, he doesn't. He thinks better of it. And he now stays behind the V-carb of 20. As Paddy Power and Max Tier battling again right at the back of the grid. They're fighting for the wooden spoon here today. It has been a pretty good fight between these two, but we will see it continue, I assume, because they are fighting hammering and Tom. But we're going to jump back to the front pack as there's battles all across the grid. But this is the one that we know you all want to see, as Maxi gets a 3-second time penalty. But Nivi is here. He's looking towards the inside of turn 1. Thinks better of it on towards turn 2. This is straight 2. Using DRS, using battery, foot to the floor, pedal to the metal, and he is already past the McLaren down the second DRS straight. And he has almost pulled a little bit of a lead there as well. And Hobnob is just sitting right behind, but this is where Hobnob can now use some battery, use some DRS, have the DRS on the final one of this lap 25 DRS train. But JB is also behind, and they have stayed in their respective positions. Mercedes still P5 and 6, but they have fallen behind the front pack, as Paddy Power and Max Tier still going at it, as they have been for the majority of this race, and Camila and Racebro also going hammer and tong. Beginning to have just battles on the DRS straights, as they're getting very, very feisty, as we can see MJB on the back of Hobnob, as Nivi is now beginning to be the one that's beginning to pull a lead of a 5/10 lead. MJB doesn't want that to happen, and he's going to start to fight Hobnob here. Will we see a move happen in turn 1? I doubt it, but it could happen, as he's looking. Will he look all the way? No, he decides to stay behind on towards turn 1, on towards the second straight, as Taylor is now beginning to get involved again. And will he be looking for a move on MJB in towards turn 2 here? It looks like he's already pulled to the side as MJB looks towards the inside of Hobnob turn 3, but no position changes yet. We're now getting on to the third DRS straight once again. It feels like it was just here seconds ago, and Hobnob is going to be looking for a move on Nivi maybe. He doesn't, but all the drivers looks like again are going to go round for another lap, as we are currently got 10 laps left as our driver top 4 going to turn 5. And in the mid pack, Humph has dropped down to P7. George Gamer getting past. Also Lemmy, as Humph was the lead Mercedes a couple of minutes ago. As I dropped to have a drink, as this is carnage, and I need to have a quick break and a breather. But we go again, and George is now looking on the back of Lemmy, but Humph is wanting to get back past George and get back into this inter-team rivalry of the Mercedes. And George is currently sitting in the way of it, in the Mercedes sandwich, saying, no, I want to be involved. And that is what our George Gamer, the man from Luton, likes to do. As Jens has closed back up with Baba, and we now have a fight for P5 as Humph gets another 3-second time penalty. We can quickly have a look at penalties, and Bubba and Humph both have 9-second time penalties, as Bubba is looking for a move on the Mercedes driver of Humph, round the outside of turn 3 on the Humph, but Humph looks for a move on George Gamer. They both get the traction now. Bubba gets a lovely traction and control. We be in chat, we very much enjoying this, as he's looking towards the outside of turn 4 on the third DRS straight. Will he be going for a move as we go off board on towards the helicopter? He is making a very nice move as Humph pushed him wide. Jens takes that position quite fairly. But yeah, it looks like Humph has pushed off Baba wide. Baba will not be happy about that, as Baba looked like he was quicker than Humph there. So Humph has pushed off Baba there. That can be, like, we might see a report there, we might not, but I don't think Baba will be happy in that V-carb, the lead V-carb at the moment. At the front, Hobnob has got past Nivi. These drivers have been battling since lap 1, these 4, and they're going to be continuing all the way down to lap 36 as Nivi looks towards the inside, thinks better of it, on towards turn 1, second DRS straight. Would he get past here? Would he wait for the third DRS straight, like they've been doing most of the race? So he's going to stay behind, save a bit of battery, but MJB thinks better of it, goes for the double move. The man from the Netherlands makes it and past Nivy, makes it look easy, and he is now past Hobnob as well, but he won't have DRS. Oh no, he does, as Hobnob gets pushed wide. Nivy's now going for a move, and Nivy's made a double overtake, as these three, respectively, very much battling. Hobnob's gone from P1 down to P4 now, as Taylor's joining into the party. The man that was watching the movie from behind is now up to P3. Hobnob lost from P1 to P4. I'm sure that'll be on TikTok later tonight, as these drivers making double overtakes like it's easy, like they've done it before. But near the back of the grid, we can see, no, not MJB, this is Max Tier, making it past Paddy Power. Like I said, for the wooden spoon at the back of the pack, these two, P15 and 16, battling it like it's a World Drivers' Championship, like George had, as there's a lap car of a Max Ben just jumping out the front, jumping out the train of the front four. Would he get out of the way of all four of them? I hope so, as Hobnob looks like he's going to get a bit of a push, and he does get a bit of a push by the lap car of a Max Ben. But they're going again. Hobnob looks like he's lost a bit of time there from Max Ben. Will that count him out of the top 4 fight and make it just a top 3 fight? We will see as MJB takes the lead in towards turn 3. Towards the final DRS straight though, Nivy will have the DRS and the battery. Will he get past him here? As we're riding on board towards turn 4 with the Haas driver. Is he going to look towards the inside? He does, and he makes a move. Very nicely done from the man from North London. But MJB with the better traction keeps it ahead as the pass behind him. Nivy's teammate makes a mistake and will probably fall into the clutches of the wooden spoon battle of Max T and Paddy Power. And there's a battle right up ahead, and that is Lemmy. Lemmy and Camille by the looks of it. No, Lemmy in the lap car of Max Ben having an incident. So Lemmy, the feisty driver, has ended up getting involved in a crash, and that has dropped him from P5 all the way down to P11, so he will not be happy, as George Game has pulled a 7/10 lead on Humph. But we're going to ride on board of our Great Dane. Will he be looking for a move on towards lap 30, on towards the Mercedes driver of Humph? I doubt it, because it looks like Humph wants to go for a move on George Gamer, as Baba and Jens both get a 3-second time penalty in turn 1 for very similar incidents. But as we ride on board of Jens, Humph goes for a move on George and towards turn 3, and he's done it. But towards turn 4, we've got this long DRS straight, the final one of lap 30. George will be wanting to get this move back. Jens is still going to be doing a Taylor and watching like a movie, as Taylor actually has been had a move done by your boy Hobnob, who's come back at the top 3 and has brought himself back on towards the podium. MJB still in the lead. Nivy though still keeping it close, and as well as Hobnob and Taylor. Now George, we're going to jump back to the mid pack, is going to be sitting just behind. Obviously he's looking for a P5 finish. Everyone down to about P10 at the moment is in a fight for a P5 finish. We've got 6 laps left. There's going to be fighting towards the end, so make sure you're still in for the final laps, as we have going on towards now a lap 32 I believe, and we're going to come across the line at no, we're going on to lap 31. George Gamer down the first DRS straight, doesn't go for a move here towards the second DRS straight. Will he make it move before turn 2? I doubt it. Probably for turn 3, as we're flying down here now. It is turn 3 in a couple seconds. No, he actually goes for a move in turn 2 here. Turn 3, he's already ahead. Oh, but Humph keeps that nose right in there, as it looks like Jens and Bubba going side by side as well, as Bubba gets pushed off wide again. We've seen that a couple of times with Bubba today, as he's been done by Racebrower, who's made a lovely recovery in the Vic Sauber, the Kick Sauber, and we can see now Jens looking for a move on Humph, as these drivers are pushing like it's a championship. We've said it before, we're going to say it again, they're fighting very, very, very hard. But Nivy's taking the lead again. He's got back past MJB, 5 laps remaining. Will we see a winner between these 4? It could be any of them, but it could be anyone else. If they take each other out, it could end up being George, not a World Driver Champion, but at least another winner of another race. It could be a good start for him. But I think realistically, these 4 have been battling so cleanly and so fairly all race. Chances are it'll be one of them 4 that wins this race. All drivers today being very, very clean and very, very fast. As we say, at the back of the pack, the fight for the wooden spoon is still on. But where has he gone? Where is he? There he is. It looks like Paddy Power has pulled that second lead, and Dino Stan, after a spin, has pulled that lead away from the 2 wooden spoon battles, as Camille up ahead has been battling, as we're going up pretty much Noah's Ark here. No, we're not, but we are having a lot of side-by-sides as Camille gets past Baba, and George has just done Jens, as Racebro has also done George and Jens respectively. We're going side-by-side. We're currently looking at the Baba and Camille battle, as there's a little bit of carbon fibre flying. It looks like Camille's going to get past him towards turn 6, and he has, but we can also see ahead of them, there's nearly 3 wide in towards turn 7, as Jens is looking for a move on Racebro, but Racebro is looking for a move on George, as Jens is going to go for the move on Racebro. George does take a little bit of a lead away, and now Hump is beginning to put a second gap on the Williams driver of George game on towards lap 3. Lap 3? We're on lap 33. Upper the CLR says Sloth in chat. Nice to have the Sloth in the chat, cheering me on hopefully, as I'm trying to do my best here. We've had an absolute carnage of a race, Sloth. It's been well fun to commentate over. But our Great Dane of Jens is looking for a move. Up ahead though, side by side once again, MJB and Nivi going side by side. And we're going on to the third DRS straight. MJB is the one with DRS now, but they've still got the pace as Hobnob's going to go for a move here. As we're going to see him on the left side of your screen as we get rid of the telemetries. And we can see a very close battle as Lemmy sets the fastest up the race. Looks like he's boxed and he has a refreshed set of mediums. So it's chucked him down right to the back of the grid. But Nivi's lost 2 positions down that straight there. Getting done by the Aston Martin and by Hobnob. So, Taylor, will he be saving his battery? It looks like he is. He's got 3 drivers ahead of him. That is 3 drivers to get that win here. So, we're looking towards the inside of Nivi with Taylor here, but he doesn't think of it there because turn 9 is not a place to make a move, nor is turn 10. But Nivi is preparing himself for turn 1 of a lap 34, which we go on to now. 3 laps remain on round 1 of Thursday CLR tier. And we are going into turn 1 and now with our front 4 pack. And we are going to have DRS activated for the back 3 drivers of the front 4. As I've said that multiple times now. As MJB has kept the lead. Hobnob thinks better of it. Looks towards the inside of turn 3. Thinks better of it and stays behind. Nivi goes, you need to get past because I'm going to get past you, Hobnob. As we see a battle behind it. Is Racebro going for a move on George, pushing George wide, gives Humps the position. We can see Camilo just briefly there, getting pushed off the track and losing his front wing. But we want to look at this battle as Hump looks towards the outside. No, he doesn't. Will George be getting involved? Doesn't look like it, as all our drivers in the mid-pack have calmed down a bit. But look, if you saw there, that was Racebro going wide. Igor wants Hobnob to win this race as Hobnob gets into the lead. Ooh, Hump trying to go for a move in towards turn 6. Doesn't make it stick. But we're going on now towards our penultimate lap. 4 drivers for the win. It's going to be close. It's going to be very tight. Even the mid-pack is still very close. P5 down to P9. That is positions that they all want. And the more higher the positions they get, the more points they get. But we're going to ride on board, now off board with MJB in towards turn 1. Pushing Hobnob through. Nivi goes, I want that position off of you. And he goes for it. So we ride on board with MJB. Nivi's passed. He's going to look for the double overtake once again. The man who's made about 4 or 5 double overtakes makes another one and adds to that tally. Trying to go for the win. Oh, he does try to go for it. That would be the lead, not the win. Apologies. But we have MJB here. If you ride on board, he's been boxed in. He's going to try and squeeze through that gap and he doesn't think of it. As Nivi is driving quite slowly on the inside. Was he going to make it past us? No, MJB flies past. Taylor goes past and they make contact. MJB and Nivi both making contact with each other. They're still in the race though. Still going as they're going side by side in turn 6. It's very brave for both of them to do this. But they do make it stick. There was a bit of carbon fibre flying there as these 2 drivers went hammer and tong. Once again on the penultimate lap. We're now going on to the final lap. There's a yellow flag and that is of Enelor on the penultimate lap. So Enelor will not be happy. That was a point scoring position she was in now. And she's fallen out due to that spin. But we're going to watch this front 4 here, off board on the helicopter cam. And we're going to see on the final lap who's going to win. Everyone wants Hobnob to win, but I want Nivi to see if he can do it once again. Will MJB do it? Or Taylor for the first time get a win in CLR as he's gone from P4 all race. And now he's looking for a P1 position into turn 3. He has got the lead so far. Will he have DRS? No, he won't. Hobnob will have it. As MJB looks for a move on Hobnob, Taylor's going to be looking at his mirror going, perfect. I can just launch away. As we're going to look at MJB and Hobnob as they go side by side here on the final lap. Hobnob goes for a move on Taylor again on the inside of turn 4. It is crazy action here as they're keeping it lovely and clean as Hobnob keeps right in there with his nose. We're going to ride on board of MJB as he goes for a move. And then Taylor goes wide in turn 6 there, which means MJB has the position to go for a move. Taylor keeps the space, but he keeps the lead there. So Taylor in the Red Bull, a no-time CLR winner, currently looks like he's going to go for the win. As MJB looks to the inside of turn 9, but there's not a place to make a move. And that will probably seal off
of round 1 Thursday tier as Taylor has the lead, but he's got a 3-second time penalty, and that means that MJB once again will be a Thursday CLR Drivers winner. So he'll be happy to have that. Hobnob, then Taylor and MJB round off the top 4. What a battle between our 4 drivers at the front. Respect to you all. Congratulations to MJB and Hobnob and Taylor on getting on the podium. Nivi, as we said when he got that 3-second time penalty, it would affect him, and it has. Racebro, the best recovery I've probably seen in a long time, up to P5. George in P6, and then we have Jens, Humph, and then Camilo in P9. I don't know the rest of the grid after that, but that was probably the best race I've ever seen in CLR, as that is Psycho Lemmy getting driver of the day. I would have to say I agree, to be honest, as that was a very good race from what's his name, Lemmy, going up pretty much, was it 13-14 positions in lap 3 and 4, so very impressive. As you see MJB flying the Dutch flag there, he is a winner of CLR, and that will put him at the top step of the drivers' standings as well, as it is round 1. Our grid today is going to be the standings. So, MJB starting off his CLR Thursday Season 4 very, very well. He'll be very, very happy to see, as I think in chat he's already screaming his lungs out. It does look like he's quite happy, I believe. Oh, not yet. So I'm sure we'll see in chat MJB absolutely chuffed to bits with that win. As a there, parting in P7 up to P1. But this is your grid for CLR Thursday. You have MJB, Hobnob, Taylor, Nivi, Racebrower, George Gamer, Jens, Humph, Camilo, and Ricciardo, which rounds off your top 10. Going further down the grid, you have Baba, Max Tier, Dino Stan, Psycho Lemmy, Enelor, Paddy Power, Max Ben, and then your retirees of Reggie and Boomba. But my voice is now gone because that was an absolutely insane race from our CLR drivers today. We have been live for 80 minutes, and I hope you enjoyed this first round of Season 4 today and tonight, wherever you are in the world. I hope you had a good evening and enjoyed watching the CLR Round 1 Season 4. I've just said that, but I'm saying it again because it was so good. I really do hope you enjoyed it tonight. I know I enjoyed it myself. I hope our drivers enjoyed it, and I hope that our drivers will come back for Round 2 for this 20 round long calendar. And I will also see you to next week on Round 2 of Thursday. We will be heading towards, as I look towards the calendar, which will be on the CLR Discord. If you would like to join in with this action, make sure you look in towards the CLR Twitch and go towards our description, and there will be the link to join the CLR Discord. Our active moderators will help you get into the league and will help you maybe get involved in some of this absolute fun action. But Abu Dhabi as well be flying over to in towards Round 2. But we will see you next week and also tomorrow for CLR Friday, where we will be flying all the way over to Brazil, ran by George Gamer and MJB respectively. So I'll be on track there tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed today, and that was CLR out.